Most of you probably at 28%, thinking I want single-digit body fat. I want six-pack. I want to lose my bra fat, oompa loompa, and my freaking poochie pooch. Coach Greg, in today's video is on Mrlondon. Mrlondon, a popular YouTuber similar to Cloting. He has several workout videos with interesting titles. I'm going to the glasses. Fupa gone in 2 weeks. Walking the fupa off. Walk your fupa off. Get abs in 2 weeks. Wouldn't you love to get abs in 2 weeks? Walk off the fupa 2 weeks. And I've seen his videos and he has in fact said, you can't really do it in 2 weeks unless you're almost already there. So he's not bullshitting, but he's using clickbait titles to get people to watch his videos. But does he actually know the real way to lose body fat, which isn't by doing crunches or walking for 2 weeks? Well, today we're going to find out. So the video is called How to Lose Belly Fat for Women, Teenagers, and Men. Women and men, well, that sums up most people, and teenagers, well, that includes, so from the ages of 13 up, okay? So he could have just called the video, How to Lose Belly Fat.
Before you even think about trying to lose weight, trying to focus on that one area, you can't spot reduce fat.
So he starts off with a bang, perfect. He says you can't target fat. You can't lose fat in one spot and not another. Fat's gonna go from where it goes, so perfect information so far.
What I've been doing, how I went from 18.9% body fat all the way to 13.
And I love this, he shows his before and after, and he says before 18%, after 13%. And look at this guy. See how fantastic a condition he's in? 6-pack, 13% body fat. Doesn't make a lie say 6%, 7%, 13% body fat. So when I tell people 15% is amazing, look at what 13 looks like. How many people would be happy to look like this guy? Almost everyone looks better than 99% of the population.
I need you to understand that you could go onto the treadmill, you could run for like an hour, burn 500 calories and have a snack and put that 500 calories back on within 5 minutes.
So tip number 1, the diet's really important. Yeah, you could go and do an hour of cardio, burn off 500 calories. But you can eat those 500 calories in 5 minutes.
So guys, stay away from saturated fats. And by that, I mean KFC, McDonald's, all of those sort of foods, you need to stay away from it.
Avoid saturated fat. Last I checked, calories are calories. You need to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. But he's saying just avoid the saturated fat. So the problem I have here is he's single-handedly picking out saturated fat as the enemy. Doesn't say other fats, doesn't say sugars, carbs, high calorie dense foods, doesn't say anything. What he should be saying is stay away from highly palatable, delicious foods that you can't put the fork down, trigger foods, foods that are so easy to overeat, foods that once you start eating, you can't stop. He's singling out fast food restaurants. What about Haagen-Dazs ice cream? What about cake, pies, and so on? Delicious foods. And the truth is, to burn belly fat, you need to be in a calorie deficit. You can't single-handedly say, don't have saturated fats. And why? Well, there's saturated fat in almost all the fatty foods that we eat. So back in the day, they used to say saturated fats were horrible. Only have 10% of the calories in your diet. Or for example, to make it easy for you, 1,500 calories, 15 grams of saturated fat. 2,500 calories, 25 grams of saturated fat. So you have to keep below that. But the truth is, you don't. You just need to make sure that you have a lot of omega-3 fatty acids and other unsaturated fats. So for example, even foods that we consider to be healthy, for example, nuts, salmon, avocado, flax, all have saturated fat. So when you say avoid saturated fats, you pretty much have to avoid all foods with fat. But for the most part, saturated fats are high in animal products. For example, meats. High-fat meats. The higher the fat, the more likely it will have a lot of saturated fat, as well as products coming from animals. For example, dairy products, cheese, Greek yogurt, milk, cream. The higher the percentage of fat, the more saturated fat you will see. So to just say, cut out saturated fat so that you lose weight, doesn't really make sense now, does it?
If you want to lose weight, you need to be in a caloric deficit. So I would recommend taking away at least 125 to 200 calories a day. Go throughout the week, see how you feel.
And his next tip is great. He says you need to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. So whatever your maintenance is, go down by 125 to 200 calories. Don't lose the weight too quick. If you lose too quick, you're probably not going to have a lot of energy. And consistency is key. You need to do it day after day, week after week, month after month to get the results you're looking for. You can't just diet for 6 days and have a binge on Sunday and expect to lose weight.
Now I know a lot of people go to the gym, do cardio, 45 minutes to an hour. No. You need to incorporate weightlifting.
And what about working out? Well, his tip is you shouldn't just do cardio, you should lift weights. And I can agree with that. Lifting weights is going to help you not only to maintain, but to possibly build and add on more muscle.
It's all good if you're doing 1,000 crunches, but I am telling you, after a while, your body will get used to it. You need to add some form of resistance.
And he says you should add some form of resistance you need to progressive overload. You might be able to do 1,000 sit-ups and that's all good, but if it becomes easy for you, you need to add weight to make it harder. And my advice, if you can do 1,000 freaking sit-ups, try doing something else. Who's sitting there doing a 20 to 30 minute all-out sit-up attempt? Is that how people train? It would be like me going to the gym and saying, oh, I'm training chest today. I'm going to do 1,000 bench presses. Makes no sense. Weightlifting, it's not about doing as many reps as possible. And yes, I'm a former powerlifter and bodybuilder, but I'm not against lifting lighter weights. However, if the rep range is getting into the 30, 40, 50, 100, 200, 500,000 range, it's too high. We're in the gym trying to build muscle, and if the rep range is getting past that 30 mark, probably time to add more weight.
So I would recommend doing HIIT training. HIIT training is basically interval training. Let's say you're on the treadmill. You go 30 seconds at a decent pace and then 45 seconds sprint.
Bullshit! BS, bullshit, nonsense! Why do people keep spewing nonsense? HIIT cardio is not 30 seconds at a good pace and 45 seconds of a sprint doing that 10 sets. Nobody, not even Andre DeGrasse, Olympic champion, can do that kind of workout. 30 seconds at a good pace, 45 seconds of sprint? 45 seconds, 10 sets. No, that is not HIIT cardio. It's called easy followed by moderate cardio. 45 second sprints, then 30 seconds to recover. Try doing it. Sprint for 45 seconds and see if you can even speak, let alone continue it on at a good pace.
You can use steady state cardio where you're on the treadmill for 45 minutes, just running non-stop at the same pace, but it's also going to burn your muscle tissues.
Oh, steady state's gonna burn off all your muscle. No, it's not. Choose the right kind of cardio. It's not gonna tear down your muscle. Running, worst form of cardio if your goal is to build muscle. What about bike riding? I'm out riding bikes almost every day. Steady state, going for 70 kilometers. Oh, what's better? HIIT cardio, what? Builds muscle? No, HIIT cardio is very, very intense, and you should be an athlete to even try this. Average person can't join the gym and do HIIT cardio. I'm not gonna tell my mom and dad, hey, go for a 30-second jog at a good pace and sprint for 45 seconds for 10 sets. Nonsensical information. Now, if you're training for the Olympics and you want to do HIIT cardio course, go for it. The average person, steady state is where you want to be. And what is steady state? It's not easy. It's not Grandma Josephine cardio. It's not hard. Doesn't feel like you're sprinting. It's somewhere in the middle that's a comfortable pace for you. That is the level of intensity that you should be doing when doing your cardio.
HIIT training, you don't do it for too long. The longest you want to be doing it for is like 20 minutes tops. So you will be burning that fat, but you will be maintaining that muscle tissue.
And guess what? No, you're not going to be burning that fat. Well, not as much as the steady state. He compared 20 minutes of HIIT cardio to 45 to 60 minutes of steady state. Guess what? You're going to burn over double the calories doing 45 to 60 minutes of steady state cardio as you're going to do in a 20-minute HIIT cardio session, even if done like he says, even done all out. You're thinking, no, the afterburn. The afterburn is greater during a 60-minute workout than it is after a 20-minute HIIT cardio workout. So get that through your head. Stop thinking there's a shortcut. Oh, I don't want to do 45 minutes to an hour. I'm just going to do HIIT cardio 10, 20 minutes, burn the same amount of calories or more. No, you are not. Stop being lazy.
So the last tip is going to be consistency and patience.
And I love this. Consistency and patience. It takes time. You're not going to see a huge difference in 2 weeks, he says. Go into the glasses. Fupa gone in 2 weeks, 5 million views. Gone in 2 weeks. You just said you're not going to see a huge change in 2 weeks. You need consistency and patience. Fupa gone in 2 weeks. Get abs in 2 weeks. So which is it? Which video are you lying in? The one where you say you can get abs in 2 weeks, lose your fupa in 2 weeks? Or this one where you say it takes patience, dedication, a long time, slow and steady? Which is it? It can't be both. You got to pick one. Which is it?
You're not going to see a big transformation within the first 2 weeks.
Quote, not going to see a big transformation in 2 weeks. So when you post a video saying abs in 2 weeks, fupa gone in 2 weeks, you're lying. You are lying. And just because you say other YouTubers do it like clothing doesn't mean it's okay. Just because other people post spews for views doesn't mean you should. So why do you do this? Why? I'll tell you why. Spews for views. It sells. You get way more views when you say you can do it in 2 weeks than when you say it's going to take 2 months or 2 years. Try having some integrity. And so, yeah, you made a video about clothing a year ago saying, oh, I'm not going to criticize her. Of course, you're doing the same thing. Abs in 2 weeks, that thought needs to go away. So many people watch videos and they think they can do it in 2 weeks. Then they try, they don't get it, they get discouraged. So you're all thinking, oh, but they encourage people to go to the gym. Yeah, to go to the gym and fail. They encourage people to fail. Hey, I'm not going to motivate you to try because you get abs in 2 weeks. Only you can't. And when you don't, you're going to think you did something wrong, that you didn't have enough willpower, that you made the mistake. The mistake is you listened to the wrong YouTuber. So if you want to learn the truth, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. You cannot burn off your hoopa loopa in 2 freaking weeks, and you're not going to get a 6-pack in 2 weeks unless it's almost already there.
You might not see a big transformation within the first month, but I promise you, if you keep on going, if you break through that wall, you will see your body transform.
So he says you might not see a big transformation in the first month. And even for him, it said it took him over 2 months. Do you see the shape he was in to start with? Pretty freaking good. Not bad, am I right? And it took him more than 2 months to make that transformation. 18% to 13%. Most of you are probably at 28%, thinking I want single-digit body fat. I want 6-pack. I want to lose my bra fat, oompa loompa, and my freaking poochie pooch. It's not happening in 2 weeks, and if you can even do it in 2 months, well, you are lucky, and it's probably too fast anyway. The slower you lose the weight, the better and more likely it is to keep off. The slower you lose weight, the better. The more likely you are to keep that weight off. You might be able to diet hard for 2 months, but what happens when you can't stick to the diet? Your willpower will eventually run out, you'll cave, binge, regain all the weight, and probably then some.
That's exactly what happened to me. I hit a wall, like hard, really hard. And then I continue going 2 months down the line, I was able to see my abs again.
And notice he says, I was able to see my abs again. Keyword, again. This is a guy that had the abs, lost them, and it even took him over 2 months to get them back. A guy that already knows what he's doing, already knew how to work out, already has amazing genetics. So what chance do you have of doing it in 2 weeks if you've never had abs before, that you want to see them for the first time? So the point of the message is, it takes time, consistency, and dedication, which he's explaining in this video. However, in other videos, which I've watched, he's making it look like 2 weeks you could get abs. And yeah, he'll have a little disclaimer every now and then saying, well, it's probably going to take you longer than 2 weeks. But the title, the clickbait title, which he openly says is clickbait, seen other videos. I researched this guy. I don't like it. It spews for views.
So consistency, being patient, putting in that work.
And no, I'm not saying you can't make videos saying 15-minute ab workout, 10-minute ab workout, 20-minute HIIT workout. But you can't say get abs in 2 weeks. That's where I draw the line. But when you say get abs in 2 weeks, lose your oomfa loomfa in 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. What the frig is it even? Oomfa? Fupa. Well, when you say get abs or lose your fupa in 2 weeks, it's not true. So hopefully stops BSing the people, making it look like you can lose your belly fat or lose your fupa in 2 weeks, ending it here. And if you're looking for a way to help you lose your fupa or belly fat, it's gonna take time. And you know what could help? My friggin' cookbook. Probably gets you halfway there. Maybe lose half the weight you want to lose. The weight you want to lose in 2 weeks watching these videos, probably could lose half of it if you get my cookbook. Low calorie, delicious foods. Meals that you can follow for the rest of your life. You won't feel like you're dieting. You'll be able to eat, be full, satisfied, eat what you want. You won't miss out on the foods that you're craving. Also, harder than last time supplements, click the link in the description. Also looking for ambassadors to help promote and sell the products. We will pay you to do so. Training books, coaching plans by me and my team. Click the bell button, subscribe in the opposite order of that. Like the video, and until... Isn't there something else that I say? And until next time, I am out.